Jack Street's back, all right? Everybody.
I mean, that's how we're starting it off with a Christy Backstreet Boys solo.
Yeah, yes,
That's what we're doing.
yes, yes.
Jack Street's back, all right?
She's gonna be mad when that's legitimately the intro. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Breaking Down the Tape.
And the reigning champ of the Degenerates is feeling really fucking good right now.
For no reason. After telling us she won't draft Dak, she's got another quarterback in mind, and still drafted Dak anyway. So we just came off of the Degenerates live.
It was all part of her master plan.
Yeah, all part of, she was throwing us all off. So we just came off the Degenerates live fantasy football draft. So go back,
on
watch
the
that.
new app, on the new sleeper app.
Yeah,
I like it, Zach. Honestly, I thought it was pretty. Besides the beginning had some hiccups with the time, yeah. But I think as the round started going, it was pretty quick.
So this is my third sleeper draft. So I was telling you in pre and before that this is the first time that I've used sleeper. I've used like every other app, and now I have three leagues in sleeper, and this is my third draft. This is the first time that I had any of those issues, so I'm willing to believe that it's on their Wi-Fi. Whoever had those kind of those delay issues was their Wi-Fi. At first, like anything, when it's new, like figuring out which was the group chat, which was an individual chat, where to go from here was a little confusing because I was used to other shit. But overall, I fuck with sleeper. I like that. I felt like it was a little bit more intuitive than other apps. I liked their draft room a little bit better than say ESPN or NFL. So I fuck with sleeper. I think they got a pretty good app.
I agree. Honestly, I didn't have any problems on my end drafting. It could have been someone else. Who knows? I've done one other draft, didn't have an issue.
Right.
And like I said, later on in the rounds, it seemed like it started to smooth out.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
I like the mascots. I like the background, caricatures and shit like that, and all the pictures and shit, and then little football fields in the back, and it should be interesting. The chat, like you said, the chat is fucking right there, and
yeah, I think it's way more user friendly. I think it's way more. And I say inclusive, not like it brings more people together, but I think it's way more inclusive for like I can do everything in like one click instead of having to go here, to go here, to go here, to go here, to go here. Like ESPN's fantasy app, you have to like hit 40,000 things to go fucking 2 steps. Whereas sleeper is just like, okay, this is here, this is here, this is here, this is here. It's very quick and easy.
So I've noticed when you're looking at like, so I'm gonna show you guys. Like, we got the football field, we got our mascots.
Yep.
I can see who's gonna play next or who's playing who. It's gonna cycle through when the time stops.
Yep.
The lineup. I've noticed right here, I'm on my starters, but if I click the button, you can make picks and little bets between each other on over-unders.
I do think that is cool, and you brought that up. Right as you switched over to sleeper, you brought up how you can do those microtransactions, but it's microtransactions as in like you can buy fucking coins for mascots and stuff. But to your point, you can also bet within each other instead of, hey Hector, all right, I bet you that I'm going to score more points this weekend, or that Chris Olave is going to be do better than Romeo Dubs, whatever the deal may be. And instead of, you know what I mean? What's your Venmo? What's this? What's that? You can do it all right from the app, right through fantasy. I'm gonna score more points. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Boom, 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 boom. It's all right through there. It's all one transaction, one click. So I kind of fox with that. I'm with it.
I'm excited. I'm ready for it. And September 8th, Thursday.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. This is the first draft in a minute. I was still drinking. I was still a little bit drunk. Still am a little bit drunk. Still drinking. But I have to say, I wasn't blackout this year. I maintained a strategy. I was already called out. Even in the beginning, I was called out. I was explaining my strategy, and I keep looking to the left, by the way, because I am live on TikTok Live. I figured I'd give the TikTok fans a little bit of a behind-the-scenes view this week. But Nick called me straight out, and he was like, I don't like a sober Zach. You need to start drinking because you have a strategy, and this is not good.
Yeah, it wasn't the same. And honestly, Monkey was a whole twist.
Monkey did throw.
Part of me feels like he was being serious with his picks, and part of me feels like he was fucking trolling so hard and just fucking up the whole draft.
I do think a couple of Monkey's picks were, and you're 100% right. I think there was like some meta strategy behind it, but I think he built in some throwaway picks just to fuck with people, just to be like, oh, well, this would be something that someone after me would want based off of their strategy. Fuck you. I'm taking that guy.
But like I said, I wasn't ready. He's projected to beat me.
I haven't even looked. I've got my phone on the Jet game.
54% to 46%.
Damn. You said Khaleesi. I'm playing Khaleesi week 1. He's supposed to spank me by like 20 points, right?
Yeah. Right here, 141.25 to 126.81.
I ain't stressed yet. Khaleesi was already making moves. Like the second the draft ended, Khaleesi was like, in there making moves and whatever.
For those that don't know who Khaleesi is, that is blacklisted. The who shall not be named Khaleesi.
Correct. Blacklisted himself was already in there. And he made moves. He made the move that everybody didn't want to do, and he made the Deshaun Watson move.
That's why I didn't do it. I was like, dude, like I know, like yeah, he'll be back like around playoff time, and it'll be good. But like, I'm not. I don't want to be around that.
Are you cool with yourself winning a championship because of Deshaun Watson? Can you like this?
You know the shit talk they would give. Like I would like let's say like I drafted him. I get to the chip, and he helps me ride it out to the chip, and he like the shit that I would get.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like it's just not like
would give me shit.
Oh, I'd never let you live it down. Group chat, personal chat, phone calls, text messages, the whole glide, everything you'd catch shit. But here's my thing. Like yes. Off the field shit completely aside, it's a good move. Fantasy football wise, it's a good move. But at what point do morals come into play? At what point are you like, maybe I shouldn't do that? So it's like drafting Hitler. Like, come on.
So I'm looking at like I actually clicked on you guys. Oh, I like your little mascot. You got the fucking little ugly pig thing.
Hey, now that I feel like that's fat phobic.
It's funny that Blacklisted took the chick with the fucking metal arms.
No, was that intentional? I didn't even pick my mascot. That was just assigned to my fat ass.
No, you scroll and pick it.
I didn't pick shit. I didn't pick nothing.
Have you gone? So you got to go on the app and it'll probably let you choose.
Yeah, I'll go and choose, but I didn't intentionally pick nothing.
Since you haven't picked anything, and once you go on. You can pick.
Like I know he's fat. Give him the pig guy,
right? But looking at your lineup, honestly,
I bet on a lot of
your running backs.
It's my
because you trump him in your wide receivers.
Of course I do. I've got Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs. Of course I do.
You trump him in your wide receivers.
I got 7 wide receivers, baby. Oh my God, Mike White almost threw an interception.
And it's just your running backs. But honestly, Michael Carter, his average of 8.99, that ain't gonna last. He's gonna average probably 15.
The Carter 3, baby? Yeah, no, I'm not stressed about it.
Carter's probably gonna average 15 or more. Cook is 7.71, but I think Cook is gonna take over Singletary's starting job and is gonna average probably 18 points a game.
I agree. I'm sorry. I know what Monkey was saying, that Cook is struggling in pass pro. I get it. But Singletary has a history of not even being able to outrun his own quarterback. And like, period, end of story. So why would I take – and I know I took James Cook super early. He was my RB1. But why would I bet on Singletary in a rush desperate offense as opposed to James Cook? Like, they drafted him for that reason. So why would I not ride with him? It's a little bit of a stretch. I get it. My running backs are a little bit of a stretch, especially going Zamir White as well on the back end. But I like my late season chances. Really, my strategy was for a late season push. George Pickens, late season push. You know what I mean? Zamir White, late season push. I don't think he's going to take over the starting role until 4, 5, 6, 7, weeks. So it was definitely more of a, okay, we'll take the L's early, but we're going to push hard at the end.
I'm hoping, because it's more fun when you're more competitive.
Oh, no, I agree. I wasn't trying to throw shit away. My strategy was legitimately my first couple of guys, wide receivers are going to be my early, we're going to hold it down and then make a late season push.
So, I try to go, when I did when I was going over my draft, I was trying to go for and trying to stay in the mindset of keep within the top 3 death perceptions of each team.
Fair.
People don't think about that. They're just thinking of big names. I need the number 1s of every team.
Sure.
I'm thinking top, your number 2s and your number 3s.
Yeah.
And there's still names out there like, this is one, and I get it. I'm being a homer. Corey Davis is supposed to be the number 1 or the number 2. We don't know with Garrett Wilson. We don't know how they're doing the depth chart, really.
Mm-hmm.
Corey Davis, I think, to most people, is the number 1, while Garrett Wilson's the number 2.
Sure.
But they know that it's going to eventually swap. That motherfucker's still on the waiver wire.
Did anyone grab Braxton Berrios? Speaking of Homer.
Why?
PPR machine. PPR machine.
Like,
I'm about to go snag Berrios as my receiver and make you trade me for him.
I'm on my shit right now. I'm about to look, Braxton Berrios right there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Berrios is a PPR machine.
It's saying he's projected for 46 catches and 470 yards and 3 TDs, which I think is going to be more than that.
No, I definitely agree with you.
When they have AJ Green still here, that says 45 catches for 606 and 3 TDs, and
there's a couple of guys out there that we left behind. They're risks, but it depends on like how risky are you willing to be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I might take a chance on Davis or Berrios.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna
honestly, there's a few guys. There's 1 or 2 guys that I picked up where I'm like, I don't mind dropping you.
Sure.
Like Kenny Galladay, I picked him up because he's like a number 2 receiver on the Giants as of the depth chart right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm trying to keep between that 1 and 3 depth chart where I know he's going to get targets and receptions.
I'm not gonna lie, Kadarius Toney was super interesting to me late in the draft. Kadarius Toney had my attention, and I was like,
I think Chrissy took him, right?
I think so, but there was at one point where nobody had him, and I was like,
I looked at him too. I looked at him, and I'm like, let me see if he drops a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And then Chrissy took him, and when she took him, I looked at her.
Yeah, no, Kadarius Toney is a good pick. There's a lot of decent picks that were left on the board that have a lot of potential. So,
you know what? I might pick someone up right now.
Oh, we making live moves? Live moves?
I might make up. Kenny Galladay might get. You know what was shocking? That Brandon Ayuk dropped to me in the 6th. It was like the 6th round.
I think a lot of what's wrong with Ayuk is the fact of Trey Lance. I think that's the big thing with your receivers, right? It is who's your quarterback, right? Like, yes, you can have an amazing receiver, but if your quarterback is meh, you know what I mean? And Ayuk's fighting for reps or attempts with Deebo Samuel, with George Kittle. He's got Elijah Mitchell on the ground. Right. So like Ayuk is kind of an odd man out looking in when they're going to try and keep things safe. So I'm not saying Ayuk is bad, but given the Trey Lance situation, how effective will Ayuk be? I can't answer that for you. You know what I'm saying?
We'll see. This season's going to be interesting.
It very much is. I'm super excited that football, because as much as I've grown to love fantasy, because at one point I was a fantasy football hater. You were the
Oh.
first fantasy football league. Actually, that's a lie. The season before Degenerates, I ran kind of like a quasi fantasy football league that I didn't really give a shit about. And then the Degenerates started up and I started to actually care. And this is the reason that I've learned to care about fantasy football. So it's only been 5 seasons that I've given a shit, but I've grown to love it. But the point is that football is here.
I'm the
football's a thing, but football is here.
I'm the same way. These 5 seasons of Degenerates are the only 5 seasons of fantasy football I've ever played.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're right. I forgot about that. I forgot that relatively.
I went from not playing fantasy football to literally no one wanted to fucking run a league, so I ran a league myself.
I remember. You're right. You're 100% right. Yes.
I tried to give the league to Marcus.
I forgot how this.
I tried to have Marcus run the league, and he said no.
I forgot, and then you were like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'll figure it out." Then I guess that's right. That is right.
I tried to have Marcus run the league for us, and then he, didn't. He was busy, so right. I was just like, you know what? My first year, I'll figure it out.
And here we are, 5 seasons later, still acting like that.
I've done a damn good job as a commissioner.
It's all right.
I think I did all right.
We'll take it.
Venmo ready to get pushed. That's all I care about. That's why I'm saying I'm a good commissioner. Money's in the Venmo ready to go out.
Yeah, money gets paid. There's not once in this league. You can say a lot of things about a lot of people, but not once in this league has money ever been, hey man, where's the money? Where's the this? Where's the that? It's gotten paid out within like 1, maybe 2 days. Like that shit was in people's bank accounts ASAP. So I fucks with it.
Like most of the time it's within hours. Like the season's ended and it's just like
bang, here you go. Yep. So let's see, what do we got, man? I know we ain't got a lot around the world of sports. Nothing really to hit on too much. So you want to just keep it to football?
Yeah, let's just get the bad out the way with the Deshaun Watson now. I want to end on a positive note, just like we, ended a good draft. And we're about to end a good Yankee game, bottom of the 7th, 4-2. We're making damage. So
like to see it.
Deshaun Watson comes out with his 6-game suspension, and now they appeal and they give him 11.
So obviously we missed last week, which is when this happened. So we spoke to you guys. Deshaun Watson was on a 6-game suspension. Then the NFL and the NFLPA negotiate before it gets to a direct appeal. And this is what kind of fucking pisses me off. So we go from 6 games to 11 games with a $5 million fine. So in case you're not really great at mathematics, which I'm not, I went to Valley Central. Shout out Valley Central being a shit school. That's like 2.7% of his salary. So he really gives a shit. Also, why 11 games, you might ask? That seems like a weird number, you might say. Well, that's because the Browns have a week 12 bye. And who do they play in week 13, one might wonder? What happens in week 13? Why would they give him a full bye week to prepare for the next game? They don't do that. So what could they're playing the Houston Texans, which I will bet you any sum of money gets bumped to prime time. What a fucking surprise. At first I was like, yes, I'm so proud of the NFL. They're appealing. They're shooting for a 1 year. Finally, I can support them. And then no sooner do the words leave my fucking mouth than they goddamn settle and do some shit like this. It's about the money. It's about selling tickets. I guarantee you that Browns-Texans game will be the most watched game this season. Yeah, I mean, it's at this point, you're not even trying to hide it.
I would not. You know what? 100% agree. I cannot debate you in anything you've just stated right there. And like you said, it is a known fact. It is blatant, and they're pretty much saying you can't touch us.
Yep. I've said it for a long time. The NFL. Like, for people who are like, oh, football, you shouldn't care that much. Football is just a sport. It's just a thing. And I get it. But you have to realize The biggest organization on planet fucking Earth is the Catholic Church. Period. End of story. The NFL stole Sundays from the Catholic Church. They stole Sundays worldwide. Oh, well, football's not that important in other countries.
Well,
Then
they
why
didn't
is
even
the
really
Super Bowl
steal it.
the most watched program
No.
worldwide?
To me, I feel like they made a fucking crack deal with each other. The Catholic Church is from like 8 to 11. Football was like, yo, I'll start at 1.
We'll take 1. We'll give you the morning to go to church, and then we'll start at 1 p.m. Eastern because that's the way the world revolves around New York. Thank you. And we'll and we'll let all the good Catholics pray and then go watch football and be degenerates. But that's the thing is you've got they're too big to fail, and they don't even care. So they're not even hiding it.
My first initial reaction, you kind of blew my mind when you added that in, because I didn't even put that into perspective. But my first initial reaction was like, okay, 6-game suspension, that's fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. It should be a year suspension. And honestly, he settled 24 cases. 1 was dropped. 1 is still active. And I still stand to it as long as 1 is active. He should not see a field.
I agree.
He should not be stepping a foot in a organizational building, a practice field, a training facility, anything. As long as 1 is still active. So I'm standing by that. 2, you go from 6 and then you give him 11. Like, where was the settle point? Like, I don't see
the settle point was, well, we want you back for the Houston game. That's what it was. That's well, if we can't, you're not going to bend on a year. We think we're going to lose. So, well, we'll take 11, but you'll be back for the Houston game. Everyone makes money. Point blank. That's what it comes down to.
And one thing that really frustrates. Okay, so you give them. Oh, we're going to bump him to 11, $5 million. $5 million fine when the man is getting $230 million guaranteed. He should have easily, as simple as this. You suspend him for the year because that's what he should have had gotten.
Minimum. Yep.
And you say, you know what? Because I know they're only paying you $1 million for this year. You're getting a year's salary next year. Or we're going to find you, you know what? To make it hurt, to make it really hurt, since they're only paying you $1 million, and I don't want to say a year's salary, I'm going to say you owe $45 million in damages.
Hit him where the pocket.
$45 million in damages that should go out to each, like, separated to each woman.
It's funny. So I told you
charity.
I told you I was live on TikTok here, and Jackie Boy hit me with the perfect way that could be summed up. Bottom line rules. They couldn't give him the full season, so what storyline can we make from this? That's exactly it. The NFL knew that they were going to lose in arbitration or whatever. So what is the best case scenario? What could make us the most money, and that is bringing you back in time for a Houston Texans revenge game? And what makes all of this worse, because you think that this is bad enough, but then Deshaun Watson and the Browns owner take to the media. And you know how Deshaun said in the past, oh, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. Not that I believe him, but at least he makes a public apology. At least he does the bare required minimum. They asked his ass about that because he's like, oh, well, we're just trying to move on. I'll serve the suspension. I'm okay with this, and I'm still standing on my innocence, blah, blah, blah. Well, then people are like, well, you're standing on your innocence, but you apologized. Oh, well, I'm not apologizing for doing anything wrong because I'm innocent. I'm apologizing for the people that it triggered. What did he say? I have this thing. I have a core set of rules that I live my life by. They're very specific, very simple rules. It's often it's better to be thought of a fool and remain silent than open your mouth and prove it. Maybe, and hear me out. I'm not a PR guy. I'm not a marketing guy. maybe you should have just shut the fuck up. Hear me out. Hear me out for 1 second. Maybe when asked anything about this, you probably should just like not
never say anything.
Right. Pull a Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Like that would be better than what the
you know
fuck we
what?
just did.
That is a line, that Marshawn Lynch line, that should be like drilled into every rookie that if you don't know what to say, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
And then the owner doubled down. The owner doubled down by pretty much saying we knew what it was leading into the trade and we was cool with it. He said that we had a plan leading up to the trade for his massages. So you knew what it was. It's not that you missed this in your due diligence. It's not that you hired the worst private investigator on planet fucking Earth. It's that you just didn't care. So, and we all knew that, right? Like, I'm not saying anything that's controversial. I'm not saying anything that nobody knows, right? And I'm not like shock valuing anybody.
Like
Everybody
ESPN even came out and said Houston Texans knew about. They set up the fucking hotel rooms,
right? And the Browns knew it as well, right? So I'm not saying anything crazy. But what's crazy to me is that you, as the owner, came out and said this. You in the media, because most of the time owners like. They, have their PR team say, oh, this is crazy. We're so sorry. But, we stand by our guys, whatever pre-written, we fucked up bullshit you write out. But you like went before the media and said, oh, yeah. We knew, but money's more important. What? Again, and hear me out. I don't have a degree in shit, but maybe shut the fuck up. I mean, just not speak. Maybe that would help. That's just a me thing, maybe.
I don't know. Like, I don't know how this. It's weird because eventually, like, literally, the way football fans are, the way people are in general. Week 3, they forget about all of this. Again, they've already forgotten about it.
100%. Browns fans, bro. I had Browns fans on TikTok and other social media outlets that I respected and are out here like not just like glossing over it and moving past it, but like actively defending it. I'm like, unfollow, unsubscribe. We done with that. We don't do that here.
Yeah, like you shouldn't be defending.
Right, if you want to gloss over it and like put his on
by the law, by the United States of America, the way they run their justice system, by law, he is cleared of his charges. The NFL is not the law. They're giving him a punishment because he works for them.
Correct.
That does not mean, even though the law cleared him and the NFL said, bad boy, that he did not do wrong. We all, I'm going to make it, we all know the United States of America's justice system is that of fucking money and trash. We know our justice system is. Come on.
Who was that? AC/DC? Come on, listen to the money talk. That's what it's about, man. You got money.
Our justice system is fucking horrendous.
Oh my God, it's awful. It's awful. He's got money. The NFL's got money. Everybody.
As long as you can pay the guy in front of you, you are okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the Jeffrey Epsteins and the Giselle Maxwell book of fucking pedos. I'm still waiting for it.
Well, she got fucking convicted, but the little black book of pedos is not released. But Look, man, I could spend. Don't get my libertarian ass up on a soapbox. I swear to God, there's been too much whiskey tonight to control myself. But the point being is that the Browns are a shit show. The Texans are a shit show. Both of them deserve the NCAA death penalty, if you ask me. You said it. You said it first, actually, a couple episodes ago. And Deshaun Watson went from 6 to 11 games. So their starter for now is Jacoby Brissett. Kareem Hunt was holding out. I think is still holding out for a contract. And the state of the Browns is just in absolute shambles.
That was one reason why I didn't go for Kareem Hunt in the draft. I was looking at him. I'm like, ooh, he's falling deep. I'm like, I'm about to go for him. And I ended up going for, who was it? I ended up going for Freiermuth.
Yeah, you took Pat.
I took Freiermuth.
Yeah, it's that whole team, man. It's tough. And imagine if you're Amari Cooper. Imagine if you're Amari Cooper right now. I'm about to go play at worst with Baker Mayfield. At worst, potentially Deshaun Watson off the field aside.
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, and now you got Jacoby Brissett and Josh Rosen backing him up. There you go, bud. I bet you Amari Cooper is thrilled with his life choices right about now. Thrilled.
I mean, I'll put it like this. With Deshaun Watson, I never doubt his talent on the field.
You can't.
Top 5, maybe 7 quarterback in the league.
He took a year off and still got traded for 3 first rounds.
Yeah.
Who the fuck does that?
He's a top quarterback in the league. I'm not gonna doubt his talent or what he can do fantasy wise, or what he can do to winning games or Super Bowls or whatever. I can't stand behind it morally.
Right. Yeah.
Nothing against them, but I know you're wrong, bro. But I know you're wrong.
Right.
And it's different if you come out and you're like, yeah, I'm wrong. Like A-Rod. You know, yeah, I'm wrong. Then you know what? I can stand behind you and I'll draft you in the league. You know?
Right. But you think like
But A-Rod is steroids. Okay. But A-Rod is steroids. Like
right.
You touched the women when they didn't want to be touched.
You violated somebody's personal sovereignty. Like there's a lot of things I can handle. A lot of things that are probably morally corrupt for most people that I'm pretty cool with.
Like I don't want your name attached to my name.
Yeah. And God forbid I win. Like if I were to make that move that Khaleesi did, and I would have taken for not just Khaleesi, like not just to call out.
I'm not giving Khaleesi shit. I'm not giving Blacklisting no shit. You know.
No, but because plenty of people have done that exact move. But like, say Deshaun Watson's the reason I win a fantasy football championship, and like you send me the trophy, I get Venmo'd the money. I'm not gonna feel great about that.
See, to us is that way. To some people, I'm not gonna say blacklisted, but to some people, it's
about winning.
Like you're only thinking football. You're not. Yeah. You're keeping personal out of it, and you're
good
just
for you. I can't.
Football. To me, I something to that extent. Like if it was something else, whatever.
Right. If you got fucked up with steroids, if you fought somebody at a club,
DUI, marijuana, coke.
If you shot up heroin and you got caught shooting up heroin, I'm like, yeah, man, look, you probably shouldn't do drugs, but like live your life if you're not hurting nobody. Like, do you, boo? But like this is actively violating the sovereignty of another person. Like, I can't fuck with that. That's point blank. I can't fuck with it. It's just not my thing.
And it's even worse when we're in a society now where it's even more shined on, more frowned upon. And if you're even have a cent to even know any information close to it, you're frowned upon.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm sorry. Like I get it. Like I said, he probably made the move for, just football purposes, but like I won't stand behind. I can't stand behind it.
Yeah, Me personally, I have this running joke at work. I keep antagonizing my dispatcher and some of my officers. And because we all bust each other's nuts back and forth, and I'll be sitting in like the middle, I'll be like, "Oh, you gonna let him call you a baby back bitch?" Me personally, I wouldn't let that disrespect ride. You know what I mean? So I go back and forth. But like in this situation, legit, me personally, it just couldn't be me. It just couldn't be me. Period. End of story.
Hey, if it works out for him and Blacklisted goes from bottom of the fucking division, because Blacklisted was second to last from Sarah. So if he goes from last to fucking winning the league, he
forfeits his money. He forfeits. You know what? No. Joke's on him. If Blacklisted wins, you donate to a women's charity. You donate his winnings to a women's charity if he wins because of Deshaun Watson. Like, hey, congratulations. Since we know that you stand for women's rights, we're going to donate this to, the WFA, the WNFC. We're going to donate this to a women-run organization.
I can almost guarantee you that if he wins the league, the punishment's against me.
100%. Oh, my God, 100%. Oh, my God. Because we relentlessly dog this dude. Anyway, so I didn't write shit down. All I know is we got next to talk about Tom Brady. Tom Brady taking his weird ass hiatus.
You know what it was? He needs his, he was in football camp. His testosterone is running and shit like that. He was like, yo, I want to go Humpty Dump for 2 weeks. And he go Humpty Dump for 2 weeks. Then he got sick of the fucking wife's voice and was like, all right, I'm ready to go fucking tear up the season.
So this is his second mini retirement?
Yeah, except without having this is what she was trying to tell him in the first place. Like, you didn't have to go. I know I pissed you off, but you didn't have to go to the extent of trying to retire and then going back to look like a fool. And
all I did was ask you to fix the screen door.
All I asked you was to do 3 in the pink, 4 in the stink. That's it.
So I'm not gonna lie, I'm full of like tinfoil hats. I think this was this whole time I've been like, yo, he got caught with this Miami shit. Like, the only reason he went to Tampa Bay in the first place is because the NFL was sniffing around this potential Miami deal. So now he's taking this hiatus because he got caught with this Miami shit, and now he's gonna like negotiate his way out of his contract or onto another team and do some like crazy Tom Brady shit because the rules don't apply to this man. Okay, I got the waving hands of Hector.
Pause that statement right there. Keep that thought. What did I say? What did I say the last recording?
I drank a lot.
Why is it that every time Tom Brady is in a fucking scandal, it goes away?
Well,
another.
He got the, you know what I'm saying?
He got that good.
Well, he got that double combo. He got that winning the lottery in America. He is Blanco and got money. You feel me? And a lot of the responses. So remember when we were talking about a couple episodes ago, like 3 or 4 episodes, you posed the question, when do we start questioning Tom Brady's legacy?
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of responses was we should be. Like, personally, I do, but we as a collective whole are not going to because of what he's achieved. Because as of still to this day, the achievements far outweigh the controversy.
How you got there.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is bullshit. Cause so you pick and choose. So Barry Bonds. So you're gonna shit on Barry Bonds of how he got there, but he got there.
And you're not going to let Pete Rose.
And he only did it once.
Mm-hmm.
You got Tom Brady, who's been behind not 1, not 2, I think maybe 3 or 4 different scandals.
Tom Brady has been linked to every in NFL history. There have been 3 instances where the NFL have removed a first-round draft pick from a team. Tom Brady has been involved in all 3 of those instances. So let's keep it, because people would be like, oh, well, baseball is petty, so that's why Pete Rose and Barry Bonds is the thing. Let's keep it football. Let's keep it current day and age football. Calvin Ridley took a mental health break from football, no longer affected the outcome of any game in any way, shape, or form. Bet on his own team, which is dumb. It is dumb. I'm not going to hold you. It is dumb. But bet on a game, essentially,
On
that
his
he had
own team.
no ability to affect the outcome in any way, shape, or form, and he gets a full season ban. But Tom Brady is now, the deflating of the balls. Okay, right? Like, oh well, he still spanked the Colts in that game, so really was the deflated balls the reason? Okay, there's that. There's the other thing. But now we have been linked to front office level tampering.
Oh, I want something better. I want something better than a Calvin Ridley. We have Josh Gordon suspended almost 80 games. 80 games, I think 76 total for smoking weed, which to most people who are fucking ignorant and retarded and dumb and think it's something so horrible, says that it lowers your peak ability. It's a drug that's not going to help you hit a peak. Like, it's something that gives you a down. It's not a steroid. So you're gonna suspend him 76 games for apparently making himself suck more, but then he was shitting on motherfuckers because he was the best receiver in the fucking league at the time. For 76 games for smoking weed.
Yup.
Deshaun Watson gets 11 games, and Brady, the worst he got was the deflate gate where he missed what? 9 games?
Mm-hmm. We've got a man that has been linked to the only 3 instances in NFL history of removing a first-round draft pick for a team for violating conduct policy, whatever. This man has been linked to all 3, and we are what?
He
Nothing?
openly admit that the tuck rule was a bullshit rule.
I mean, that I don't, honestly, people make a big deal. I don't hold that against him because, like, it's a bullshit rule, and I agree, but it was the rule.
No, it was made a rule after the fact.
No, it was a rule right then and there. That's why they got away with it, because Belichick was like, whoa, hold up, subsection, blah, 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 He pulled out some, like, crazy bullshit. Like, yes, I agree. It was complete bullshit. Complete asinine bullshit. But it technically was a rule. It's like, helmet or hitting the helmet on a quarterback when a defender, like, boop, taps their helmet and they throw the 15-yard, for hitting the quarterback in the helmet. Bullshit. It's bullshit, but it's technically a rule. But the point being is that he's been linked to front office tampering, not just individual game. Like, we're not affecting the individual outcome of a game now. We are affecting
players moving teams.
3 total franchises, front office tampering in 10% of the NFL. We are affecting the fucking outcome of. But nothing, because we're Tom Brady. It's crazy to me. Crazy to me.
Which is like we've said before, we've had a super hatred for Tom Brady for over 20 years.
We're Jets fans, yeah, of course.
For over 20 years. As the time has gone by and he's moved from New England to Tampa, we have slightly of a different feeling for him. But the feeling that he's been linked to this has never changed.
Yeah, it's still
like,
there.
To me, I would never say, statistically, I'm going to say, yes, Tom Brady's the GOAT. But I'm never going to say Tom Brady's the GOAT. Yeah.
It's because of all this, everything, because of what we continue to see him linked to, continues to bring up asterisks. Asterisk I. I don't know if we settled that in the Degenerates Live there. Whatever the multiple form of asterisk is, everything.
But seriously, he has the most.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, no one gives him the shit.
Well, because he's the most Super Bowl. He like you said,
the winning takes priority.
And it kind of, it's a perfect segue from the Deshaun Watson thing to this, because in the end, that's what it all comes down to is winning is the most important thing. And as long as you can win and as long as you have money, nothing else matters. Period. End of story. Period. End of story.
That is,
So I know we have a little bit of a brighter news, I guess, if you could call it that. Zach Wilson, the last time we talked, potentially blew out his ACL. And now it's been, I know we're late to the party, but we didn't record last week, so suck it up. We're talking about quote unquote old news. There's not a lot going on in sports right now, so fucking deal with it or don't. It's your choice. But Zach Wilson had a minor meniscus tear. Got surgery in LA. Really good news from what we're understanding. And they don't really have a timetable, but from what people are saying, we're seeing like 4, maybe 5 weeks, which puts him back at week 2, week 3, maybe week 4, depending.
So from what I'm hearing is, he should be ready for week 1, but Salah is going to buckle down on him, make sure everything's good. He needs some practice runs, all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Push for maybe week 2. I say, let's see what Joe Flacco can do at least for a week or 2. I say a week or 2. Whether it's a win or a loss, give it a week or 2. Let Zach Wilson get that extra practice time because he's 23 years old. You're not trying to fuck this up.
Right.
You don't want to fuck this up. You
Right.
don't want him going out there taking a wrong hit when you could have gave him an extra week.
Agreed.
A week or 2, win or loss. I'm saying week 3, maybe week 4, you throw him back out there. I could get it if we're in a rush and, we're pushing on that 0-2, 0-3, and you're like, okay, we need Zach back. I get it. We need Zach back. That's a good one. I got Zach Wilson, too. I'm going to fucking put that as a name.
Well, I mean, Dak Street's back, all right? So can you really use Zach's back as a... I'm just saying. We've already got a...
Are we going to compare Zach to Dak?
No. I'm just saying, like, fantasy names. Can we do two quarterback back?
Zach's
back. Zach's back. Dak and Zach are back. Like,
but yeah, like I'm saying, give him. I would say, week 2 the earliest. Week 3, I'm okay with. Week 4, solid because I know he's gonna be ready.
And let's not forget, we're playing the AFC North in back to back. First 4 games are AFC North straight.
Yes, like let's say right now, like okay, so we got a good Flacco versus Raven matchup.
And I'm not gonna lie, let me tell you right here, right now, before you go any further, I am here for a Joe Flacco Baltimore Ravens.
I want to see it, especially because I've seen that he's been so hot right now in the practices and leading up to the season. And I'm like, you know what? If he can ride that, and I know it's going to drop off at some point, but if he can ride that into like a win or 2, until Zach can come back.
If we can go 2-2, be crazy, go 3-1, I'm okay with it.
Like right now, we play the Ravens. It's going to be a crazy matchup. Lamar Jackson's going to be fucking doing his thing. We got to worry about Mark Andrews, Rashad Bateman. We don't have Hollywood Brown there no more. Yep. The defense is still, I would say, probably top 5 in the league, though. So the defense is going to be fucking stout as fuck.
Yeah, but we've got here's the preseason Jets and me coming out. Elijah Moore, Braxton Berrios, Corey Davis, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Michael Carter. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tyler Conklin, CJ Uzomah. I keep forgetting about my tight ends. We've got Dwayne Brown to anchor down the line with Mekhi Becton hurt again, out for the season again. We've got still Elijah Vera Tucker. We've got a good offensive line. We've got good weapons. With Joe Flacco at the helm, I don't think we get as much as we could out of Zach Wilson, but I do think we can sneak with a win over the Ravens, knocking off the rust. You know what I'm saying? I think we can sneak.
I think early on, I think early on in the season, we can sneak a win from the Ravens. I think damn sure we can sneak a win from the Ravens. And you know what? That leads into a 2-0. Because that means we're going to play the Browns.
Yeah, and Jacoby Brissett-led Browns?
Jacoby Brissett-led Browns? I'm sorry. No.
Sauce Gardner's going to
I don't care how good your running backs are because the Jets are always a run-stop defense first.
Mm-hmm. Quincy Williams.
So you're telling me you got a run-stop defense first, and you got Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed and then Lamar
Jordan Whitehead
above
CJ Mosley.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll take that W.
Yes, sir.
Then we go into a loss. Then this is when we're gonna say, okay, you take a L because you're gonna play Joe Burr and the Bengals.
Yeah, I'll take the L there.
We're gonna take a fucking massive loss. This is gonna be like a slaughterhouse. This is gonna be like where people like if we go 2-0, people are gonna be like, yeah, the Jets must be fake because the Bengals are gonna fucking shit on our heads.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, Garrett Wilson's going to go up to Eli, Apple, shake his hand, bend him over, stick it in raw. But that's pretty much the only thing that's going to happen in that game out of the Jets side. So I agree with you there.
Yeah. And then we play the Steelers, which I throw a 50-50 up on.
Yeah,
because I think Kenny Pickett wins the starting job over fucking Trubisky. Pat Freiermuth, I drafted him for a fucking reason. That man is going to be a top tight end in the league. I'm telling you, I'm not going to say he's going to be the best tight end. I'm saying possibly like top 8, top 9, top 10.
People shit all over the Steelers, and it's easy to do so, but come on now. Quarterback aside, and both of them are meh quarterbacks, and Matt can do it. But you've got Chase Claypool still. You've got Najee Harris still. You've got Fire Pat, who's no joke. And if they're going to be second down.
And you still got a top 10 defense.
You still got TJ Watt here. You still got Minka Fitzpatrick. And I'm sorry, like George Pickens is Black Air Force energy. Like that man, did you see? I know it's preseason. Get away from me. But that toe tap, that was stupid.
But then we go into the Dolphins. And the Dolphins, I see them heating up possibly later on in the season. And we taking the later NL, and we'll get there. But I say we take that one too.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of the Dolphins.
And we're home for it. And we're home.
Yeah, I don't care about Jalen Waddle. I don't care about Tyreek Hill. I'm sorry. The Dolphins just don't scare me.
I say Sauce Gardner starts a little fucking a little hype for himself because he goes out there and he starts to show like he can lock down some type receivers.
Lock down. I'm sorry, especially when you got Quincy, CJ, you've got who's on the end there? Lawson, both Lawsons. You've got don't we have Sheldon Rankins in the middle as well? You've got Michael Clemens, who again is oozing Black Air Force energy. That man is a fucking issue for planet Earth. Okay, he is a fucking problem, and I love it on defense. I'm just not afraid of Tua. I'm not afraid of a team that is mired right now in controversy, has a rookie head coach, has a quarterback that they're just begging will fuck up so they can get top talent last year. Okay, they've got burners at wide receivers and a great tight end at Mike Gesicki. I'm not taking that away from them, but where's their run game? Their defense is I'm not afraid of the Dolphins. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I don't get it. I don't get the hype. Tyreek Hill does not make a football team. He doesn't.
No. And then we go to the Packers. The Packers got one of the top defenses in the league. They got Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. But I think with the rookies at receivers, you're putting rookies on rookies.
Yeah, you got
DJ, you got DJ Reed with experience and you got our safeties with experience, but you're putting your best receiver as a rookie against, or not a rookie because Lazard's been in the league a few years, against our top defender as a rookie. And I still think Sauce Gardner locks him the fuck down.
So let's see. They've got at the tight end position, Robert Tonyan. They've got Christian Watson, rookie. Romeo Doubs, rookie. The Lizard King, been in the league a few years. Randall Cobb, corn on the cob's been in the league for a few years. And we've got Bryce Hall, Garrett Wilson, DJ Reed, Jordan Whitehead. Technically, we still have Ashton Davis, though I think he's going to get more special teams than safety work. So the receivers versus DBs match up better than most people think. But again, there is still
the
Aaron
anomaly.
Yeah,
It's the anomaly. So I still give the win to the Green Bay Packers. I think their
agree.
defense. I think their defense shows our weaknesses as a young team trying to fucking play. Because their defense is still top notch, and you got Aaron Rodgers splitting our defense in hairs.
Yeah, it's still Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, that's and AJ Dillon, Aaron Jones. Like, let's not pretend that there isn't talent over there.
I think we give a decent type matchup, nothing crazy, but I think the Green Bay Packers pretty much hold like a stable win throughout the like a hold throughout the whole game.
I can fuck with that.
More like kind of like a probably be like a 30 to like I would say like 12 game.
Oh, I was putting it 30-24. I was giving the Jets a little bit more.
I'm not gonna give them too much.
Fair enough.
And then we go into the Broncos, which I firmly believe Russell Wilson is not going to make the Broncos any better than they were last year.
Yeah, hot take here. And so I disagree with you. I do think Russell Wilson makes them better, but this whole like the Broncos are Super Bowl contenders.
That's what I'm saying. Like I know Russell Wilson makes them better, but I'm like they're not going like standing wise, nothing's going to change.
Okay, you re-signed Melvin Gordon. Great. He's a good back, but he's not like, oh my God. Russell Wilson still hasn't received one MVP vote yet. He's got a Super Bowl, but still hasn't won an MVP vote. I'm sorry. It's just the truth. Tim Patrick is hurt. Jerry Jeudy is great, but just hasn't been the Jerry Jeudy you wanted him to be. Same thing with Cortland Sutton. They do have Patrick Surtain II, who is pretty fucking good. They have Justin Simmons, I believe, as their safety. Pretty fucking good. They've got a good defense. They've got a good offense, but this whole like Broncos to the Super Bowl hype, I'm sorry, it's unfounded. I do think they make the playoffs. I think that entire division makes the playoffs, but I just don't. I think they knocked out wild card round, so I just don't. I think the Jets can compete with them.
I don't give them that. I don't think they make the playoffs.
Really?
I don't think they make the playoffs.
Fourth in their own division?
I think they're fourth in their division and possibly somewhere around 500, and they don't make the playoffs.
You know what? Although I do think they make the playoffs, I don't think that your scenario is out of the question either.
Like I don't see it for them.
That's fair.
And then we go into the Patriots.
It's always tough. Are we
and they're coming to us. So they're coming to us. We're home. Coming to the Patriots. Give or take, we could be 1, 2, 3. And it's people are gonna shit on us, but it looks like 5-1, 4-2, possibly. 4 and 2.
I don't know if I'm riding with 5-1.
Let me see. It's let's say, what are you thinking about the Ravens? We lose?
I would be okay with the loss to the Ravens. I think we could. I don't see. God damn, the Ravens.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I'm not
afraid of the Ravens.
I just don't feel.
So we lose to the Ravens.
If we lose to the Ravens, we're 3-3. If we beat the Ravens, we're 4-2.
Let's see. We lose to the Ravens. We beat the Browns. We lose to the Bengals. We beat the Steelers. I say we beat the Dolphins. Lose to the Packers.
Yeah. So, like I said, 3-3 or 4-2. That's kind of where I'm sitting.
I think we beat the Broncos, and I think we lose to the Patriots at home.
You know, that's the crazy thing is the Jets almost always lose to the Patriots at home, but then beat them in Foxborough, which is just.
I think they lose to the Patriots at home. Then we lose to the Bills.
And
then we beat
another hot take for you. I don't think the Bills, with losing Brian Dable, I don't know. The Bills don't give me the vibe that they do last year. They're giving me Jim Kelly vibes, and I get it. Jim Kelly went to 4 Super Bowls, but like, I don't know. I could just be a hater. I love the Bills Mafia. They're a great fucking fan base, but I could just be a hater.
I think we lose to the Bills. We beat the Patriots on the second go around in Foxborough. We beat the Browns. The Bears. I think we beat the Vikings.
Vikings is a toss-up to me.
It's kind of a toss-up, but I think we beat or if we lose to the Vikings, it's because a late minute fucking touchdown, Justin Jefferson beats us or some shit like that.
That's fair.
That because that's usually what happens with the Vikings.
That's
I think
fair.
we lose to the Bills. I think the
You think we get
Lions
swept by the Bills? All right.
I think the Lions and Jets. Yeah, I do believe we get swept by the Bills.
I guess that's fair. I don't like it, but I guess that's fair.
I think the Lions and Jets will be probably the best game in the entire fucking season for the Jets. For the Jets lineup, I think that's the best fucking game all season.
I see. Not like NFL fan wise, but like
no. I'm saying just schedule. Just schedule. I think the Lions Jets is the best fucking game all season.
I don't know. I'm still writing that the Lions win their division, so that could fucking scare me.
Yeah, it's gonna suck if we take a L, but I think that's I think it's a fucking dog fight. I think it's one of those brutal dog fights.
I just got called out in the chat because I went through the neck of my shirt to itch my armpit, and yes, I did do that. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Anywho, but yes, I think it'll be a dog fight, and I do think we'll win it. But just for the sake of, I did say the Lions were going to win their division. I think they're going to be tougher than they look.
That was weird, going through the neck of your armpits.
I don't need any of your judgment, people. Okay.
That was a little weird. And then I think we beat the Jags and Trevor Lawrence. We beat the Seattle Seahawks and Colby and Braden, and we beat the Dolphins.
So what that puts us at like 10-7?
I'll take it.
A 10-7 season, even if we miss the playoffs, isn't a loss to me. That's not a loss to me.
Bro, I'll take anything that's winning from the Jets.
Wyo's in the chat here completely misconstruing the Lions-Jets conversation. So to reiterate, Hector was saying that it's the best matchup for the Jets and that they will crush the Lions. I'm saying that it's going to be tougher than they think. So, because he was like, "Oh, I came in here to saying it's the best game all season." No, that's misunderstood what you were saying. Just as a reference point for those listening.
No, I'm saying Jets schedule.
Yeah. Matches up the best there.
I think the Jets Lions is going to be a fucking fantastic fucking game.
Yeah, for the Jets, for the purpose of winning a game. Yes. No, I hear what you're saying. So, yeah, I mean, a 10-7 season, I'm not even if they miss the playoffs, I'm not considering it a loss. Because the AFC right now is an absolute nuclear arms race.
And then go to a complete opposite side. We can probably go, again, fucking 3
Yeah, the Jets always, that's the issue right now. As we said, every fucking mid to late August, the Jets always have the potential to go 10-7, 11-6. And I know in previous years that wasn't the thing, but like take one off of the loss column. You feel what I'm saying? They always have that potential, but then they also have the equally likely potential of going 3-14, 4-13. Like it's a very likely chance. But with Zach Wilson, I like the way that they're handling Zach Wilson's injury. It's not serious, but we are going to take all of the fucking time that we need. We are not going to rush shit back. We've got Mike White, who during his run was one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. We've got Joe Flacco playing against the Ravens. There's got to be some emotionally charged energy that's going to happen there on September 11th of all fucking things. Which might be an off joke, but maybe the Jets shouldn't play on September 11th. Just a statement.
I don't think they play this year on September 11th. Thank God.
They do. They open against the Ravens on September 11th. Maybe
is it September 11th? I thought it was okay. God, for some reason they always play on September 11th since that, and it's like you know what? Maybe you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, like I get it. It's a New York thing, and like we're in New York, we've got it. But like maybe the team named the Jets
should not be hosting that.
Yeah, maybe not great. Maybe not great branding.
I think maybe that was part of their branding.
Yeah.
I don't
Getting dicey up in here. Anyway.
I got one more thing for you guys. Fucking it comes out, Carolina Panthers. What's gonna happen with Sam Darnold? Because Baker Mayfield now. Baker Mayfield is going to be starting. He's been stated the starter. CMC's supposed to be healthy. They got DJ Moore. They got a solid. I would say. I mean, Monkey gives me shit. Because I said this before. But I think they got somewhat between the top 15 to 18, maybe 20 defense.
I don't think that's crazy.
Middle of the pack, that with the potential of being possibly like a top 10 to 15 defense.
I don't think that's crazy. I think me personally, I think their max is like 13. But I would say if you were to say, oh, the Panthers have a 13 to 18 defense, I wouldn't think that's crazy. I think especially in the beginning of last season, they were assuredly posted in that range, if not higher. So I don't think that's crazy, but I do think it's I don't really have much, right? Like, who do they have over there? They have DJ Moore. They have potentially Christian McCaffrey. They have Chuba Hubbard. I don't know who their tight end. Dan Arnold at one point, I believe, there was their tight end. I don't think he is anymore. They have Robbie Anderson ? Their offense isn't.
They do got Robbie Anderson.
So their offense isn't exactly star-studded, but
Robbie
they do
Anderson,
have a
DJ
defense.
Moore, Philip Walker is a backup QB. Their defense is solid. They do got Rashard Higgins, Chuba Hubbard, Deontay Foreman is the third back. They have.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying.
Yeah, after that, it gets kind of iffy.
I'm not hyper impressed by their roster. I don't think Matt Rule is an amazing god. I'm sorry, college coaches to the NFL just don't impress me until they impress me. I don't think they have a great option either way they go, be it Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield. I think they'd be better off with Jimmy Garoppolo, quite frankly.
That's kind of why I hesitated on CM. That's why I can never draft CMs. If I'm a top 5 pick in the NFL in the fantasy draft, it's so hard to pick CMC.
I agree wholeheartedly.
CMC, thank God I'm not I haven't been and not put into that position where I'm like, shit, he's the best back that I got to go for.
CMC and Saquon Barkley are the reason that I'm 0 RB in all of my leagues. I have not been shy about it. I've said it from the rip. Maybe I should.
You've had both back. I've had Saquon, but not CMC.
They both fucked me up. Either one of them have fucked me up. Panthers have a very good defensive personnel. The coaching is a question mark on the defensive end. Yeah, I mean, that comes from Wyo. I don't disagree with him. The
defense is going to be fucking great. I think the defense is going to be great. I think Baker is going to make them a more contender. To me, I think Baker does better than Donald. If CMC stays healthy, Baker can possibly get them in the playoffs. But in the playoffs, I don't see them winning much.
I mean, look, they play in a soft-ass division, right? So they're in the South, so the NFC South. So they've got the Buccaneers, who are going to win the division, and then you have the Texans, Jags and them? No, I feel like I'm wrong. No, the Texans aren't there. It's because they're AFC. It's the Panthers, the Jaguars, the Buccaneers, and the Titans. That's who it is. I still feel like I'm wrong.
Titans are AFC.
Panthers are AFC. That's why I'm fucking up to 2 of them. I've been drinking too much. So AFC South. So they've got the Texans, obviously themselves.
Jackson, Indy, Tennessee, Houston.
That's why. See, goddamn, that's what happens when I drink too much. I can't remember AFC, NFC, and who cares about the South? They both suck. So I mean, they don't play in exactly the strongest.
Carolina.
They don't have the strongest division down there. So what? The Colts and the Titans are probably going to be the top. So oh no, they're NFC. Falcons, Bucks, Saints, Panthers. Jesus Christ. Thank you, JT.
Yeah, that's why I was like, yo.
I'm on drugs, man. This too much whiskey over the past 2 hours. Holy hell.
That's
This
why
is
I
a
was like,
clearly knowledgeable football podcast that we run around here. Lots of notes, lots of pre-thought that go into this shit. So the Bucks are clearly going to win.
I don't see the
Saints-
Bucks winning though. I don't. Not with that offensive line.
You don't think the Bucks are going to win?
I don't. I don't think the Bucks. I think that whole Brady, just because Brady, they're gonna win. I don't think it's gonna happen this year. I see possibly the Saints winning it. I mean, Brady has a. I mean, I give Tampa Bay, but I see the Saints as one of those dope. They might have a chance of trumping them. Because if you look at the Saints last year, if it wasn't for Jameis Winston tearing his ACL, that it was a dogfight in that division.
And didn't the Saints beat the Bucks both times? I feel like the Saints have the Bucks number. So I mean, maybe we all know the Falcons aren't going to win it.
And then if this offensive line for the Bucks isn't supposed, after all their injuries, if they're not supposed to be what they're supposed to be, who knows if Carolina comes out with a 9-8 record and Tampa Bay fucking shits the bed.
I don't know. With a Tom Brady led team, I just can't say that Tampa Bay will shit the bed.
Yo, I'm praying for a season where Tom Brady goes fucking 8 and 9.
I love that the worst season that you can come up for Tom Brady was 8-9. That's the most. I want to
sub 500 because Tom Brady's not going to go fucking 1-15.
No, I agree.
That's not going to happen. But I want a sub 500 record.
I don't disagree there. I don't know. Maybe if things go
because I gave him an 8-9 record.
Maybe right. Maybe if things go sideways, the Panthers can win. I mean, it's not like the NFC is super fucking difficult as compared to the AFC. But I don't think they'll make the playoffs regardless.
Literally, like right now, if Tampa Bay's line, if it's so decimated and they get hurt and they can't win games, and the Saints ended up shitting the bed, like the Panthers is the next team to fucking win. Like that division is really, if it wasn't for Tom Brady on Tampa Bay, that division, you wouldn't know who's going to win.
I guess you're not wrong.
Everyone's like, oh, Tom Brady. But take Tom Brady off that team.
But he's still there.
And insert name. And tell me that you're definite that Tampa Bay's walking away with that division.
Didn't they just draft a kid last year out of Florida? I feel like they just drafted a quarterback last year out of Florida.
And you're hoping Tom Brady is chiseling into this motherfucker's brain. You're hoping he's making him the next fucking god.
I guess so.
But you thought that of Jimmy G, right? Because I thought the same.
I did. I'm not gonna lie. I was high on Jimmy G coming out of New England.
Jimmy G was. I
was high on Matt Castle. I was high on Matt Castle coming out.
I was too. I was like, oh.
I'm not even gonna hold you right now.
I was like, yo, being under Tom Brady, he might make you into the next fucking god. Yeah, and every QB under him has been fucking trash.
True that. Jacoby Brissett, don't forget, comes also from under Tom Brady. Jacoby Brissett was a Tom Brady class alum, I guess you could call that.
It must be a one-hit wonder.
Well, that's why they left. He was like, nah, if they're going to get too good, if I impart too much knowledge.
No, I'm saying like Brady. Like Brady's like a one-hit wonder. Like it's a 1 in a fucking million chance you get this kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. And also when you fall into the perfect fucking system that builds around you and then you don't take... I mean, that was the perfect storm. That whole thing was the perfect storm.
100%.
You'll never see
Tom Brady on any other team. That's not happening.
Yeah, you'll never see anything like that ever again.
Tom Brady falls in within the wind and just like becomes nothing.
Yeah, he becomes the 199th pick he was always meant to be, or 192nd, whatever he was. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't say that Baker Mayfield will bring the Panthers to the playoffs. I think CMC can bring the Panthers to the playoffs. I just don't think Baker can. Personally.
I'm more confident with Baker throwing the ball to CMC and driving that offense than I am with Sam Darnold.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. I wouldn't trust Sam Darnold to throw a gender reveal fucking pitch, for the love of God, because apparently, white people do that shit. But anyway, what else you got for me? Are we closing this shit out?
Let's close it out. And
I got nothing else other than, the typical fucking look up there. You see all the icons for the social medias. Do the whole follow, subscribe, like, share.
Like, subscribe, touch me. There's Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. If you guys want this shit right here, thanks to Flash-Cap, these motherfuckers are the greatest. Honestly, I use the shit every fucking day now. I literally use it every fucking day.
It doesn't leave my car. Like, I don't even bring it inside. I just bring it to and from work, fill it with alcohol or water as needed. Like, so on our first regular season live, guys, we're going to be giving away what I just showed you, plus some stickers, some breaking down the tape merch. You just have to go to the Instagram post. It's pinned on Instagram. Like us, follow us, like the post, tag a friend, follow Flash-Cap.
We got about 2 weeks left.
Yeah.
We got about like 2 weeks left.
First live that we're going to be doing, first regular season live, we'll announce the winner. That's how this thing goes. We're going to be doing it on, our StreamYard, which will be through Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. So definitely tune in for that if you guys are entered to win. And I don't got fuck all else.
Hey, last thing I got is a very, very happy birthday to Lil King Henry.
Yes. So to both my daughter, who we affectionately call FD2, and the reason we do that, she's my foster daughter. Cannot tell you her name, so it sucks to be you guys. But both her and my biological son Henry both had birthdays 3 days apart from one another last week. So thank you for that. And happy birthday to those bastards. I've got a 1 and 7-year-old, so that's the thing.
I can't wait to see Henry again.
That boy, oh my God.
You know what? I take that back. I do not wait to see Henry again, because every time I see that motherfucker, he wants to cry.
He looks at you and he just cries. Yeah.
It has to be it can't be the beard, because you got a beard. So and your grows faster than mine.
Yeah, no, it's just because you're ugly. Stop trying to make excuses.
I just shaved it down not too long ago, so it's almost at like where you're at now. But
I've only been growing this for like 2 weeks.
Exactly. And I've had this exactly.
That's been like 17 years in the making.
That can't be the reason why he hates me. I'm a figure that he's racist. He doesn't like Spanish people. He doesn't like Spanish people. He's racist. Shit. I'm standing by it. King Henry, I'm coming for you.
Anyway, man, I got nothing else. Hit him with it.
I said what I said. King Henry, I'm coming for you.